Hello everyone. As in the previous session, we have discussed about types of organizational structure. So as we know, there are two types of organizational structure. First is functional structure. Second is divisional structure. So now in this session, we will learn about functional and divisional structure. So first structure is functional structure. Functional structure is when the activities or jobs are grouped keeping in mind the functions or the job, then it is called functional structure. So in functional structure, all the jobs related to one functions are grouped under one department. That is known as functional structure. For example, all the jobs related to production are grouped under production department. Jobs related to sales are grouped under sales department, etc. The production department can further be classified into store department, or we can say accounts department, etc. Now, here are some advantages of functional structure. First advantage is occupational specialization. So as we know, in an organization, the whole work is divided into small tasks, which is known as job, and each individual is assigned a job in which he is capable of or in which he is qualified. So when an individual performs his job repeatedly, he becomes professional in that, expert in that, and this leads to specialization. Second is promotes control and coordination within department. As we know, in organization, similar activities are grouped under one department and it leads to the better supervision and better control, easy supervision and better control. Third is increases managerial and operational efficiency. So minimum cost leads to the increase in profit, and this helps in increasing the managerial and operational efficiency. Fourth is it leads to minimum duplication of efforts. As we know, in organizing, each individual is assigned a job in which he is capable of. So there is no chance that the same job is performed by two or more employees. And this leads to the minimum duplication of efforts. Fifth is easy and effective training. So training basically focuses on limited skills or one functions only in organizing. This helps in easy and effective training. Due attention to different function in organizing, each function gets due attention due to functional structure. So these were some advantages of functional structure. Disadvantages of functional structure. First disadvantage is places less importance to overall objective of organization. See, in functional structure, the organization is divided into different departments. Jobs or activities related to one function is grouped under one department. So in departmentalization, everyone will focus on departmental objectives. They focus on department objectives only. They do not give priority to the overall organizational objective. Second is problems of coordination. In each department, they are specialized in one function only, due to which they do not understand the priority of another department, which leads to the problem of coordination. Third disadvantage is inflexibility. So in functional structure, the employees may develop narrow perspective as they get training in only one skills. They cannot be transferred to other departments. Similarly, the functional heads cannot get training on the top level management because they do not have a experience in diverse area. So this leads to inflexibility. Fourth is conflict of interest. There may be a conflict of interest among different departments. For example, sales department may insist on giving the discount to interest sale. Finance department may have objection in it because it reduces the revenue of the organization. So this may lead to the conflict of interest. Fifth is difficult to fix accountability. See, in case of failure of organizational objective, one departmental head can blame to the other departments. As we know, the departments are interrelated. For example, sales department may blame to the production department for the poor quality. Production department may blame to the purchase department for the purchase of low quality raw materials, etc. So it becomes difficult to analyze which department is going against the organizational goal. Now, next type of organizational structure is divisional structure. Divisional structure is basically for large organization. When the organization is large in size and is producing more than one type of product, then activities related to one product are grouped under one department. For example, if an organization is producing medicine, textile, and cosmetics, then all the activities related or jobs related to cosmetics are grouped under cosmetic department. Activities related to the medicines are grouped under medicine department, and so on. So there are some advantages of divisional structures. First is product specialization. As we know, each activity related to one type of product are grouped under one department. This leads to the product specialization. Second is fast decision making. As there is no dependency on other department, so each department can easily take its own decision. So this helps in fast decision making. Third is accountability. Performance of individual department can easily be accessed. So there is easy access or easy accountability in divisional department, divisional structure. Fourth is flexibility. Fast decision making leads to the flexibility. Expansion and growth. New department can be added without disturbing the existing department, which helps in growth and expansion of divisional structure. So here are some disadvantages of divisional structure. First disadvantage is more resources required. Each department will require more resources as each division is working as an independent unit. Second is product focused department. Each department will focus on their product only, so they lack in understanding the common organizational goal, due to which they fails to achieve the organizational goal. Third is conflict. There may be a conflict among different departments for the allocation of resources. And the last is increase in cost. So duplication in activities leads to the increase in cost. Now, organization can also be divided into formal and informal organization. So talking about formal organization, when the managers are carrying on organizing process, then as a result of organizing process, an organizational structure is created to achieve systematic working and efficient utilization of resources. This type of structure is known as formal organizational structure. So basically, formal organization spells out the job to be performed by every individual, authority and responsibilities assigned to every individual, superior subordinate relationship between the individuals, and we can say the designation of every individual in the organization. Features of formal organizations are: the formal organizational structure is created intentionally by the process of organizing. The purpose of formal organization structure is achievement of organizational goal. In formal organizational structure, each individual is assigned a specific job in which he is capable or in which he is qualified, so that there can be specialization in the work. In formal organization, every individual is assigned a fixed authority or decision-making power. Formal organizational structure results in creation of superior-subordinate relations. Formal organizational structure creates a scalar chain of communication in the organization. We know what a scalar chain. Scalar chain is a line of authority where communication is done according to the same authority. Now, there are some advantages of formal organization. In formal organization, there is systematic working, achievement of organizational objectives, no overlapping of work, coordination among the employees or departments, creation of chain of command, and more emphasis on work. Now, the disadvantages of formal organizations are: first is delay in action, ignore social needs of employees, and emphasis on work only. So the next type of organization is informal organization. In informal organization, individuals are assigned various job positions. While working at those job positions, the individuals interact with each other and develop some social and friendly group in the organization. This network of social and friendly groups forms another structure in the organizational, which is called informal organizational structure. So informal organizational structure में क्या होता है, जब सब लोग अपनी जॉब कर रहे होते हैं अपनी अपनी पोजीशन पे, तो कई इंडिविजुअल एक दूसरे से इंटरेक्ट होते हैं, एक फ्रेंडली ग्रुप बनता है, तो वो स्ट्रक्चर क्या कहलाया जाता है, इनफॉर्मल ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर. The main motive of informal organizational structure is getting psychological satisfaction. Now, here are some features of informal organization. Informal organization structure gets created automatically without any intended efforts of managers. Informal organizational structure is formed by the employees to get psychological satisfaction. Informal organizational structure does not follow any fixed path of flow of authority or communication. Source of information cannot be known under informal structure, as any person can communicate with anyone in the organization. And the existence of informal organizational structure depends on the formal organizational structure. Now, the advantages of informal organization are fast communication, as there is no scalar chain to be followed. Fulfills social need because it is totally dependent on psychological satisfaction. And correct feedback. Disadvantages of informal organizations are spread rumors, no systematic working, may bring negative results, and more emphasis to individual interest. So in this session, we have learned the classification of organizational structure and classification of organization. In the next session, we'll cover some more topics. That's all for today. Thank you.